Hi, I'm Courtney. I spent my years in college researching dead bodies and monsters, so I was eager to get my hands dirty working upon graduation. After working my way down the Pacific coast from Alaska to Baja California on a ship, I began farming. These endeavors brought me to Boulder, Colorado, where I worked on a whole bunch of different farms and also taught youth at the community gardens mostly about honeybees and chickens and how to make salad. And most recently I helped start a community multi-plot farm in my neighbors' yards. I came to Pittsburgh because I wanted more experience teaching about sustainable agriculture, especially in an urban public school education system.
Howdy! Audrey speaking. Want to hear a brief history of my life? Well, back in the day, I was a skinny little nerd who liked art and science and sports and writing. In high school, I realized biological systems and spatial design are really awesome. Enter college. Social issues and a hippie town. Science and politics, food and nutrition and sociology. One pivotal conversation with a Marxist Australian Indian historian of physics, and boom! Youth food programs for life, baby.
Much thanks to my work this year, I have learned that I love teaching little kids, especially kindergartners and first graders, and that I'd much prefer to teach them all in Spanish. The daily practice I get teaching has taught me the joy of a performance, luckily to the forgiving audience of 7-year-olds.
There's a worm! Yay! There's a worm! Where? Right there!
You can hear? Oh my lord.
I have found myself challenged by my role as an educator and community organizer in communities that I don't live in a city that I just moved to.
Let's find our seats.
And I have found myself increasingly interested in larger issues of social justice and the ways in which I can work for positive social change through education, not only thematically, but through the way in which I interact with my students. I have brought to my students an oftentimes dorky enthusiasm for food preservation, plants and bugs, and a consistent presence in their lives. They have brought their wonder, their sincere interest in figuring out how things work, and their excitement to learn new and different things.
Look what I got! A baby worm.
What kind of worm was it? What was it?
They're poking out the soil.
From Grow Pittsburgh, I have learned so much about urban agriculture practice, the inner workings of nonprofits, and the hard work that goes into each. They have given me the opportunity to create, from constructing worm bins and compost bins, to screen printing, to painting, sewing, and to writing curriculums. My coworkers at Grow Pittsburgh have inspired me with their confidence in me.
My year here in Pittsburgh with Keys Service Corps has been more rewarding and more challenging than I could have anticipated. I applied to be a garden coordinator with Grow Pittsburgh Edible Schoolyard because of my passion for connecting children to the earth and to each other through that thing we all can't stop thinking about: food.
And that jam we made and all that delicious stuff?
And that's mostly what I think about these days. How do I get 4 classes of 24 students each to share and cook with the remaining October harvest in one afternoon? Will popping corn they shucked and making butter get these kids psyched about food transformations? Will the peas germinate? Will that teacher get back to me? Did Courtney take all the chicken poop?
You want to take another smell of this chicken poo? You don't have to if you don't want to.
My last year of college, I became acutely aware of humanity's detachment from the natural world, and I saw this as a major root cause of so many problems: chronic disease, environmental degradation, greed, corporate dependency. I realized the public school system is one of the most powerful tools we have to reattach future generations. This starkly bureaucratic institution, however, poses hurdles every 6 inches. State standards dictate each minute of a teacher's time, kitchen equipment disappears along with funding, union regulations leave most central kitchen workers without knives, and packaged preserved cafeteria foods are just easier to source than fresh produce and whole grains. All Keys members can attest to the satisfaction of working directly with the children and communities we serve. If I enlighten one worldview, give one child the gift of love for the mysterious and beautiful natural world, then I've made my impact. She may not yet remember what a temperate climate is, but she may tell her mom about the spring turnips she ate at school and ask if they can cook with them at home together. And of course, let's not forget the butterfly effect.
Charm your way across the cardboard path. Stay away to break the.
When you need to grow plants like carrots and spinach, you need water and sunlight.
When we plant stuff, we really need to take care of them and feed them stuff.
We grow turnips, potatoes, onions, a lot.
And we make broccoli, carrots, and lettuce, peas, and applesauce.
She's a really good teacher.
She's a nice teacher and we do a lot of stuff with her.
She's a fun teacher.
She's very nice and special.
Farmer Courtney is the best farmer I ever met.
Farmer Courtney is the best farmer ever.
It's been a great year working at Helen Faison Arts Academy in Homewood and Colfax Elementary on Squirrel Hill.
I want to thank all the parents and teachers and kids I've worked with at Dilworth Traditional Academy in Highland Park and at Pittsburgh Montessori Pre-K through 8 in Friendship. It's been a really great year. Hi.
No, I'm like, no.
See why it's so hard for me to work with this person?
Thanks to Grow Up Pittsburgh and Keys Service Corps for a great year.
Yeah.